Good evening, folks. Don Tyson, Blake Perryman coming to you from the friendly confines of the Fort Cobb Broxton Gymnasium tonight. This is the 5th game of the season, Blake, and this will only be the 2nd home game the Mustangs have played. They're taking on the Riverside Braves tonight in a homecoming game. The homecoming took place, I guess, about 5:30, and Drew Woods was crowned the king, and Avery Bellamy was crowned the queen. So they got those festivities out of the way earlier this evening, and so we got a huge crowd on hand tonight. The Riverside bunch always brings a big crowd, and their side over here is pretty full. Fort Cobb side's full, so it ought to be a pretty exciting night, Blake.
It will, and it's always one of those matchups early in the season that you look forward to, a lot of energy, and it gives that late February, early March playoff basketball kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's a good
and
point.
It seems like every time we go to Riverside or Riverside comes here, it's always two close matchups, and I always look forward to these.
I do too. Yeah, it's the crowd will be rocking and rolling over here. I've always enjoyed Riverside because they have a yell leader, one of the teachers, I think, and they have these cheers that they do, and they're quite boisterous. It makes it a lot of fun. It certainly does. Fort Cobb's got a big crowd on hand tonight, and homecoming always brings out a lot of folks. Glad you're along with us. Hope you enjoy the broadcast tonight. We'll take the opportunity to mention our sponsors before we get started today. ABC Superior Realty, Miss Shelley Dissy. For all your real estate sales needs, you can contact Shelley at 580-302-1974. T-Bird's Convenience Store, downtown Fort Cobb. Mr. Travis Birchie will take care of all your needs there at the convenience store. Ouachita Valley Bank there in Fort Cobb, been in business since 1902, locally owned and operated, and they can take care of all your financial needs as well. Give them a call at 405-643-2305. Carnegie Fiber, take care of all your internet fiber optic needs. They have high-speed internet service, one best around. You call those folks at 580-654-1002 if you need internet service in your home. And the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, operated by Mr. Kent Sexton. For any of your people who need some driver's training to get their driver's license permit, call Kent at 580-512-6936. Lady Mustangs come into the game tonight with a record of 2 wins and 2 losses. And they're taking on the Riverside Lady Braves, so this will be their first game tonight, Blake. So we don't really know what to expect out of them.
I don't. I do expect, as always, they're going to run up and down the court. They're going to be quick, athletic. They always are.
Yep.
And, considering the size of a roster that they have, there's hard to count while they're all moving, but I would say 13 or 14 girls on their team at least.
Yeah.
And I would assume they're going to rotate in girls almost like Arapahoe Butler did.
Yeah. Well, Binger did that
and Binger did too
last week, or Tuesday night. I know they played 10 girls probably.
I believe they had all 10 girls that were suited up that I could see played.
Yeah. And that kind of plays into their hands. It's Fort Cobb normally plays 6 players, 5 starters, and then Savage usually comes in off the bench, and that's about the only sub they use. So fatigue can become a problem, and I think it did at Binger last Tuesday night. It looked to me like the pressure they put on us really kind of took its toll there in the 4th quarter, just because of fatigue, I think.
I believe you're right, and early on in that game, up even through the 3rd and early in the 4th, it was really a close game,
Right. Well,
1, 3, 4 point leads at the max, and then early in the 4th quarter, the Lady Bobcats were able to get a couple stops, and like you said, fatigue started to make an impact, and the lead just kept growing.
Be interesting tonight to see how Ginger Bear, that's a matchup you want to pay attention to tonight. Last Friday night, she had 19 points against Chattanooga. Tuesday night against Binger, only she had 18, so she's on quite a run here in the last 2 ball games. And it'll be interesting to see if she can continue that outstanding post play for the Lady Mustangs. For them to be real successful, I think she needs to continue to get close to that 20-point mark if she can. But Riverside has some tall girls, so she's going to have her hands full tonight, looks to me like. All right, we're about set to go for the national anthem and the pregame festivities, and I don't see our public address announcer. Oh, there he is. So he's jotting down some last-minute names. It's kind of always a hectic time for him as he's trying to get the starting lineups all situated and making sure all of his computers and all that stuff is working. I know I used to do that, Blake, and it was the most frightening thing whenever you would say, "Please rise for the national anthem," and you'd punch the button for it to start playing, and you'd have silence.
Yeah.
In 3 or 4 seconds, seems like an eternity, and you could almost feel every eyeball in the place staring at you, and immediately a fever just ran over you because you. Anyway, and he's making his announcements now. And we are going to pause right now for the national anthem. All right, we're about set to go. I have one. There you go. You bet. Okay. For the Riverside Lady Braves, their starting lineup. And they introduced number 2, and believe it or not, they don't have that on our roster. Let's see if I can get the rest of them right here. Number 13 is a sophomore, Mariah Rogers. Number 20, I don't have her either. 24 is Elena Anderson, a senior. What's the other? Well, I'm sorry about this. Our roster doesn't have some of these players. Well, I'll try to get those as we go here. For the Lady Mustangs, sophomore, number 1, Zoe Brown. A sophomore, number 3, Kalia Silverhorn. A junior, number 12, Ginger Bear. A senior, number 14, Riley Rip. And a freshman, number 15, Reagan Rip, who had 11 points, averaging 11 points the last 2 ball games. The Lady Mustangs are coached by Jana Rogers. And as I mentioned, they come into the game with a 2-2 record. And this will be the first contest for the Lady Braves. Also starting for Riverside, number 21, Tegan Marshall. Let's see what else they have. Number 2, maybe we can get that young lady's name a little later. And 20, let's see, who's the other one we don't have? Number 20. We're missing those 2 girls, so maybe you can catch the name whenever he announces her name, and perhaps. Jumping center will be Elena Anderson. Jumping center against Ginger Bear. And Miss Anderson is going to have about a 3 or 4 inch height advantage, it appears, on Ginger. And we're going to mop up some moisture on the floor. Lady Mustangs in their home white uniforms will be going right to left on your TV screen. The Riverside Braves in their road black uniforms with red numerals. And we're about set to go. And the tap is controlled by Riverside. Into the front court. Bounce pass to Anderson. It's taken away by Silverhorn. She brings it down the floor quickly. And I believe she traveled. Turnover both ways, Blake. As the Lady Mustangs played pretty good defense on their trip, but wasn't able to convert anything on the travel. And the Mustangs going to play looks like a 3-2 zone. And the Braves' long three-pointer is good. That was number 2. And now the Lady Mustangs going against full court pressure. Silverhorn does a good job, and then she slides her pivot foot as number 2 came over and got in her way and caused her to drag her pivot foot. Turned over to the Lady Braves. So another turnover for Fort Cobb. Two possessions, 2 turnovers, Blake. That's not a good start. There's a three-pointer on the way. No good, too hard by Marshall. Reagan Rep with the rebound. And she lost it. Drive all the way down, layup's good, and a foul. Boy, great start for Riverside, but not so much for Fort Cobb Broxton. They've had the ball 3 times and turned it over 3 times. Have yet to put up a shot. And number 2 will be at the line. Would you mind going to see who number 2 and number 20 is, please? Free throw, no good. We're going to send Mrs. Tyson down to see if she can get the names of number 2 and 20 that we don't have. Mrs. Tyson's pretty handy to have around, I'll tell you for sure. Silverhorn in the corner. Riley Rep makes a nice move into Bear. Her shot's blocked. Loose on the floor, picked up by the Lady Braves. 5-0 early here. Riverside on top. Pass down low, back to number 24. That's Elena Anderson, and she makes an easy 2, and it's 7-0. Zoe Brown on the handle. Over to Silverhorn, guarded closely in the backcourt. Gets it to Brown with man-to-man defense. They're really playing aggressive defense on the Lady Mustangs. Gonna have to move. Oh, nice move by Bear to get away from the defender. A little shot no good. Might have caught her on the forearm. No call, and it'll be turned over to Riverside. There's a drive by Rogers along the baseline over to Anderson. Her shot's no good. We're going to have a tie-up. And we're going to have a timeout taken. 30-second timeout. We'll do the same. We'll be back after this short break.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon.
Debbie Tyson helped us out with the names. Number 2 is Carly Parker, and number 20 is Camilla Russell for the Lady Braves. Carly's going to get her name called a lot tonight. She's got 5 points already, and she plays real good defense. Nice drive by Silverhorn, getting through the defense. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. There'll be another turnover on the Lady Mustang. They're trying to get the ball under the basket. Pretty tough sledding so far, Blake, for the Lady Mustangs. And there's a turnover on number 21. That's Tajan Marshall.
Don, I believe I figured it out.
What's that?
both girls are on their roster. They're just their numbers are different.
Numbers, yeah. I think you're right. Well, I have a hard enough time at this job whenever they start changing jerseys numbers. Zoe Brown, nice job handling the ball, and she's going to be fouled on number 20, Camilla Russell. You know, that's impressive. Zoe Brown, we've come a long ways in a couple of weeks. When we played Arapahoe, these girls, no one would keep their dribble alive, and since that night, they really improved on that. Zoe, good ball handler, and she was able to dribble through the defense and get a shot under the basket. And she was fouled. She makes the first free throw, gets the Lady Mustangs on the board. But you know that all she needs is confidence. Makes them both, and you know this game may pay dividends for us if we can get that Zoe to start handling the ball like that and creating something. Good steal by Rep, but he goes right over to number 2. That's Parker. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound by Marshall. Her shot's no good. Battle for the rebound, and number Elena Anderson gets it and puts it in for 2. That's her second basket. And it's 9-2. Riverside really aggressive on the boards. There's a shot by Reagan. Rep won't go. Riley there for the rebound, and she's going to be fouled. Boy, it looked like a clean steal from here. Russell picked her pocket. But Rep will go to the line to shoot 2. They say she was in the act. First personal on Russell. Well, they call that one on Carly Parker, and that's her first. Checking in for the Lady Braves is another number I don't have, number 35. I don't know where this roster came from. There's more wrong than right, I think. Number 35, I don't have a 35. 4:25, opening period. Riverside with a basketball. There's a pass down low. Shot no good off the backboard. She got her own rebound. They call it for traveling. Turnover to Fort Cobb. Nah, don't worry about it. Man-to-man pressure in the backcourt once again by Riverside. Good experience for these Mustang guards here. Zoe Brown got the loose ball, laid it in for 2. Good heads-up play there by Zoe. That was a good break. Ball was knocked away and went right back to her. And it's 9-5.
That's almost the equivalent of a quarterback throwing it off a lineman's head, coming back to him and taking it for a gain.
Long three-pointer. You see who got that one?
I believe it was Rogers, number 13.
All right. Riley Rip, closely guarded by Marshall, gets it over to Brown. The Silverhorn, but run into the trees there. It's down amongst the trees. She had to pass it out and lost it. I tell you, Anderson is a nice ball player. She's difficult to get around. There's another three-pointer by Carly Parker. No good this time, and there's going to be a foul over the back is Tajin Marshall. That's her first personal. And checking in will be number 4, Sydney Frazier. Into the front court comes Silverhorn. Over to Riley. One dribble, and they call it for double dribble. Another turnover. 6 turnovers so far. Opening period for the Lady Mustangs. And they trail at 12-5. Oh, there's a nice drive by Carly Parker, no good. Anderson with a putback is good. Elena Anderson, and that's 6 for her. Pass up ahead to Riley Rip, and there's near backcourt, and it was. Got in too big of a hurry there. She had plenty of time to get that pass to her, but rushed it a little bit.
You know, Don, I'm almost inclined to disagree with that call. It looked like the ball stayed in the front court, but that's why I'm not a referee.
Well, I think it's where your feet are, actually, but I could be wrong about that. There's a little hook shot by 35, no good. Rebound, Lady Mustangs. Bear was ahead of the pack, but they couldn't get it to her. Good ball handling by Zoe Brown. Silverhorn. Just inside the three-point shot won't go. Reagan Rett couldn't get it to fly. And Riverside on the attack with 2 minutes to play in the opening period. Anderson, left of the lane. Basket's good. That's 8 for her. And there's a lazy pass and intercepted. And they're going to cash it in as number 13, Mariah Rogers, knocks it in. And Coach Rogers doesn't want to look at that. And it's 18-5. Timeout taken. 30 seconds. We'll be back after this short break.
We are your premier, best in state driving school, located in southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet.
1:45 to play in the opening period, and Coach Rogers, after that last little bounce pass into, you just can't be careless. You know, Riverside's been pressing the whole time, and you just can't have a little easy pass like that right under the basket, just giving them a easy two there. So they talked about it, and here we go. Zoe Brown. Cross court pass to Reagan Rep, and they say it was not touched, and it'll be turned over to Riverside.
And that pace came a little late, Don.
What's that?
That pass came a little late.
Yep.
Had her open for a couple seconds.
You're right. There's Anderson, kicks it left side, now out to the perimeter. There's the give and go to Anderson, lost the ball. Lady Mustangs pick it up. Zoe Brown lobs to Silverhorn, up ahead to Bear, head of the pack. Her layup is too strong. Riley Rep there with it. Passes it out to Zoe Brown, quickly around to Reagan Rep. Riverside closes out on the shooters, so not able to get an opening. Now Riley along the baseline under heavy pressure. Double teamed, and we're going to have a turnover. Jump ball, and it will go over to Riverside on the alternating possession. Well, I tell you what, when you pick the ball up, stop your dribble. I mean, they really attack. That's what good teams do, and especially when you're on the sideline like that.
And they sure are letting them play tonight, too.
Yeah. 45 seconds to play. Good play by Bear. She tipped it away on an entry pass. Silverhorn with 33 seconds to play in the first period. Goes around a defender, passes it to Bear, but foul is going to be charged to number 35. Had the right idea, but like you say, it was just a second late. The defense was able to collapse on her before she could get the pass to her. Well, you got to pass it sharp. You can't have little lob, slow passes, because if you do, they're going to take it away from you. Their rep's going to be fouled on the. As she was going up for the shot, fouls on Anderson, but they say it was not on the shot. Mustangs will inbound. 25 seconds to play. Try to get it to Bear. Goes over her head. Turned over. All the way down. Carly Parker lays it in for two. And it's 20-5. Brown weaves through the traffic. Now out to Silverhorn. I tell you, this has been a good experience for Zoe. He's really showing me something with that ball handler. Silverhorn's three-pointer won't fly. Long pass up ahead, and that will do it. After one period, Lady Mustangs 5, Riverside 20. You're listening to Fort Cobb Basketball on FCBMustangs.tv.
To Fort Cobb, having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Lady Mustangs basketball to start the second period. Pretty rough one in the first period. I had them for 10 turnovers, Blake. 4 for Riverside. Mustangs trailing 20-5. Hopefully they can get that corrected. There's a lob to Bear, shot off the glass and good. There we go. Good play there by, got the lob into Ginger and she was able to convert 20-7. That's Ginger's first basket. She hadn't had the ball but a couple of times tonight. They've done a good job corralling her. There's a tough play. Anderson with her 5th basket. She's just hard to stop. She knows how to move in the lane. She's got good size and she gets great position, is able to score at will. Reagan Rip along the baseline, and Anderson swaps it away. Back to Silverhorn. To Brown, back to Reagan Rip. Fumble the pass, now she'll get it over to Bear. Coach Rogers calling for a different offensive set. Zoe Brown has to pick up her dribble, now over to Silverhorn. A little better ball movement this trip by the Lady Mustangs. A little more sharp passing. They're not lobbing it around so much this trip. There's Silverhorn. 3-pointer on the way. Too hard. Anderson with a rebound. Yeah, you got to move the ball quickly or they'll take it away from you. Bounce pass. The Silverhorn takes it away. Good job by Leah. 15-foot elbow jumper. Good. Leah Silverhorn with her first basket. And it's 22-9. See if the Mustangs can chip away at this lead a little bit at a time. They lob it into Anderson. Rep got a hand on it. Back to Anderson. Dribbles around Riley. Throws up a shot. No good. Bear with a rebound. That's what you got to do. Get one stop at a time. Try to capitalize. Brown up ahead to Reagan Rip. In the corner to Silverhorn. 3-pointer on the way. No good. Thought it was going to go. Brown with an offensive rebound. To Silverhorn. One dribble, thought about it, now Rip. Dribbles into paint, that's not really where you want to drive to. Ball blocked by Anderson. I don't think it's to our advantage to try to take a shot in the lane, Blake. I tell you, when Anderson is patrolling, she's going to swat it right back at you. She's a nice ball player. And she's going to take a breather, I believe, and she's going to be replaced by number 1, Molly Jim. Also in is number 4, Sydney Frazier. And there's Carly Parker, just through the lane, shot no good. Boy, it looked like they knocked it away from us on that.
I don't know how you can't get it over the back on that either.
Yeah. They get it inbounded, and there's going to be a double dribble on the Lady Braves. That's their 6th turnover. Brown into the front court. Over to Silverhorn. 15-foot jumper, free throw line, no good. Reps into the rebound. She's going to be fouled by number 35. That's about all you can do if you get the ball right there. Just go up and try to draw a foul. Go to the line, shoot 2. And she makes the first.
Note on one of the big differences I'm seeing thus far on the defensive ends, Riverside doing a much better job of getting up in whoever has the ball, getting up in their grill and being very aggressive.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. They play real aggressive man-to-man defense. Three-pointer on the way by Sydney Frazier, and she cans it just when the Lady Mustangs had kind of had a little momentum there. They answer with a three-pointer. Riley Rep, cross court to Bear. There you go. The Riverside, they don't ever quit. They're hustling all the time. That looked like it was going to be an easy two, and Carly Parker came from nowhere, knocked it out of bounds. Bear gets it into Rep underneath the basket. Her shot's no good. She rushed that one, and obviously, for obvious reasons, when you think you might get one swatted, you kind of have a quick trigger. And I think she shot that one before she was actually ready. I don't blame her at all. I tell you what, if I was in the lane, I'd be looking to pass it. See if the Mustangs can get another turnover here. At least get a stop of some sort. And they do. And then we turn it right back to them. And Anderson's going to check back in along with Mariah Rogers. And they lob it into Anderson. Shot won't go. Silverhorn controls the ball along the baseline. Riley Rep along the baseline, guarded closely, and bounce pass along the baseline is out of bounds. Yeah, you're right about that defense. They just get right up in your face, and it's hard to handle. It really is. Halfway through the second period, three-pointer off the back of the iron, no good. Bear with a nice rebound. Rep three-pointer, no good. Riverside with the rebound. That's Carly Parker all the way down. 1-on-2. Shot is good, and she's fouled. Carly Parker with a nice and-one play. Raced it down the floor. That's 9 for Carly with a chance to make it 10. Very athletic player. Just a sophomore. Foul is charged to Silverhorn. That's her first. And Parker's free throw is good. 28-11 our score. Silverhorn into the front court, double team. Gets it to Riley Rep. The Bear. And there's going to be a jump ball. And turned over to Riverside. You know one thing about it. The Lady Mustangs, it's going to be a tough night for them, Blake, no doubt about that. But you know what? This is a 2A school, and I promise you they probably won't play anybody in Class B in our where we're playing that will have the ability to guard us like these girls do. I think this is going to be a good practice for Lady Mustangs tonight, handling the ball against pressure, non-stop for the whole game. And even though they may not come out very well tonight, I think it's going to pay dividends for them later in the game, later in the season, because they're getting a workout today on how to handle the ball.
Yes, they are, Don.
And there's a pass in low. Anderson, layup good. That's 12 for Anderson. But I think when the Lady Mustangs play teams in their class, they'll get some confidence from this game just in their ball handling ability. I think you just can't have any fear. You know, you just gotta trust that you can handle the ball and get through the defense, and you don't really know you can until you do it. And I think Brown and especially Silverhorn as well, have been able to get through traffic by keeping their dribble alive. I mean, they've turned it over some, but I think I can definitely see some improvement in that area. There's a pass to Bear, shot off the glass, no good, but she's fouled by Anderson, I think. That will be her second. And at the line will be Ginger Bear. Nice play that time as Bear got free for a moment. Free throw no good. Anderson will check out, replaced by Molly Jim. And Bear's second free throw is too hard off the back iron. 0 for 2, Ginger is. Unusual for her. She's usually a pretty good free throw maker. And there's a shot no good by Camilla Russell, but she's going to go to the line. Foul is charged to Bear.
And that's her third already, Dawn.
Yeah, that's cause for concern right there. Yeah. It's going to be really tough to score without Ginger in the lineup. But she will make the defense play her, and they won't be able to slough off her now. Or they have to guard her. They can't slough off on her. Savage in for her. Savage gets the ball over to Brown. Savage, just a freshman, she's seeing her first action so far. Three-pointer by Silverhorn, no good. And here comes Riverside. Then they're going to say she carried it. Lady Mustangs got a break there as they were off to the races. 1:30 to play. Second period. Mustangs having all sorts of trouble getting it inbounded. Finally they do. There's Rip. Left wing three. Good. Riley for her 6th point. It's good to see her knock down a tray. She's been lacking a little confidence the last game or two. Maybe that'll get her going. There's a three-pointer on the other way. Good by Carly Parker. That young lady's a good ball player. That's 2 trays for her. 13 points total. Ball loose. Silverhorn picks it up. And a pass to Rep. She loses her footing and lost the ball out of bounds. Parker dribbles into paint. Little running one-hander won't go. And the ball's off Riverside. Turned over to Fort Cobb on the rebound attempt. With 31.7 seconds to play in the half. Nobody's getting open. I think we're getting tired, Blake. Getting tired. 25 seconds to play. Yeah, they need a break. It's a lot of strain on you trying to keep the ball away from them. Brown had a 15-footer, turned it down. Rep try the left wing three, no good. Savage saves it. Reagan Rep picks it up, shot good. Good break for the Mustangs, and Reagan gets her first basket. 5 seconds to play. Don't let them have one here at the end. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Out of bounds. Half a second left. It'll be Fort Cobb's ball. And that will do it. At the half, your score, Riverside 33, Fort Cobb Broxton 16. But you know what? Second quarter there, Blake. They outscored us 13-11.
Huh.
So, you know,
yeah.
First quarter was 20-5. They outscored us 13-11 that quarter, so that gives you hope, some optimism, you know, played a little better.
It does. It does.
Let's turn it over to Blake Perryman for a halftime report. Blake?
All right, Don. You know, considering the score, the turnover margin does not depict what's on the scoreboard at all. Lady Mustangs with 15, Lady Braves with 11. So considering there's a 17-point gap there, 4 turnovers, I don't believe you can score 17 points in four trips. You might get close, but anyway.
It'll be interesting to see how many shots were taken. I guess when you talk about shooting percentages,
Yep.
to see the shots number. I'm guessing they had way more shots than we had.
Well, once
Maybe
again,
not.
it's a little surprising. Lady
Really?
Mustangs 5 for 22 from the field, 1 for 7 from behind the arc, 5 for 8 at the line. Lady Braves 14 for 28 from the field, 4 for 10 from 3, only 1 for 4 from the free throw line. And Lady Mustangs actually out-rebounding Lady Braves 15-13 too.
Yeah, that is surprising.
Lady Mustangs scoring. Zoe Brown has 4, Kalia Silverhorn has 2, Ginger Bear has 2, Riley Rep has 6, and Reagan Rep has 2 as well.
Okay.
For Riverside, Ayana Anderson leads all scorers with 12. Carly Parker has 8. Mariah Rogers has 5. Camilla Russell has 5. And Sydney Frazier has 3. And, you know, we talked before the game, they would be quick and athletic. And
We weren't
they've
wrong,
been
were we?
they've been everything and then some in that category. Interested to see how the Lady Mustangs come out of the locker room. You know, for one, Ginger Bear has 3 fouls in the first half, and that's where a lot of our scoring's come from the last few games. Now, Riley leads us tonight so far, but certainly not having that, I believe the tallest player on our roster, certainly not having that size in the post will play a little bit bigger factor in the second half. But I do agree with you. Done a lot better job handling the ball. Even with 15 turnovers, they've done a lot better job about not dribbling once and then picking it up or getting caught in a corner on the sideline. But I'll tell you one thing, they sure are playing aggressive.
Yeah, they are. You know, it seemed to me like most of the turnovers, not all of them, but a lot of the turnovers came on passes that weren't real sharp, and they were able to intercept them. You know, they haven't really taken it away from us that much on the dribble. It's mostly when we passed it to somebody, they would intercept it. Of course, that comes from heavy pressure that they're putting on the guards, or everybody has the ball for that matter. But you know, there's some bright spots. I just think that the more they play people like this, and the more confidence you gain by having some successes, that it will pay off for us as we go through the schedule. Because I don't think we'll play anybody that's going to play as aggressive as Riverside does, and have as many players that can do it. You know, they probably play 10 girls, and after a while it wears on you. You get tired when you don't get to have a break, and so it's just makes it for a difficult night. But we got to keep Ginger. You know, she had the same thing at Binger. She had 3 fouls the first half, and she was able to finish the game without fouling out. So it's a little tougher tonight because Riverside's post present is so good that they pound it into Anderson almost every trip, and so that's who you're guarding, so you're more apt to foul her. But anyway, Lady Mustangs trailing 33-16 at the half. I'd like to thank our sponsors, and we'll have the opportunity to do that when we come back from this 3-minute timeout. You're listening to FCB Mustangs basketball on fcbmustangs.tv.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier best in state driving school, located in southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be.
Welcome back to Fort Cobb. We're at halftime, almost set for the second half. Lady Mustangs trailing the Riverside Lady Braves 33-16. Be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Coach Rogers has made here in the second half. I think probably the number one adjustment would be, let's try to cut down on the turnovers. Blake had 15 in the first half, and that's way too many. It's kind of interesting when you told me about the shots. I think you said Fort Cobb had taken 22 shots and Riverside had taken 28.
That's correct.
Not a big a difference as I anticipated with the many amount of turnovers Fort Cobb had, but they got some offensive rebounds. As you mentioned, they were winning the rebound battle, and I think that was probably made that gap a little closer because they had some offensive rebounds. All right, it'll be Fort Cobb's ball as we start the third period of play. Mustangs will have their 5 starters back in. That would be Ginger Bear, Riley Rep, Reagan Rep, Aaliyah Silverhorn, and Zoe Brown. And for the Lady Braves, they're going to start Camilla Russell, Molly Jim, Mariah Rogers, Carly Parker and Tajin Marshall. A little bit different lineup here for the Lady Braves to start the half. Riley Rep baseline tray on the way, no good. And here comes Rogers all the way down, layup no good. Parker there with a putback attempt, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's not a good way to start. They put that one on Bear.
That's what I was fixing to say. That'll be the 4th personal on Ginger Bear. And Coach Rogers couldn't have anything worse than that in the first 20 seconds of the 3rd period. And now the question becomes, what do I do? But she's going to put in Savage to replace her, just about have to. Free throw good by Parker. And Savage will check in. Madison's going to get a lot of good experience tonight. This freshman playing against Riverside. That's the way you have to look at it. She makes them both. And once again, pressure in the backcourt that they've had throughout. And Zoe Brown will attempt to bring it into the front court. Lobs it into Silverhorn at the center line. In the corner to Riley Rip. 3-pointer might have been out. It was blocked, and it goes out of bounds, and they let it hit as the ball was deflected out of bounds, so it'll stay with Fort Cobb. Just underway here in the 3rd period. Brown has it poked away. Once again, those bounce passes, they look like they're, going to be no problem, and Riverside runs over and knocks it away.
A lot of quickness.
Oh, yeah. And they're relentless. They hustle nonstop. And the same thing again. They just get around you and knock it away. It would become kind of frustrating if I were playing. At some point you just think, wow. 3-pointer straight away by Reagan won't go. And Riverside into the front court. Long 3-pointer off the backboard, no good. And we're going to have a tie-up, and it will stay with Riverside. Mustangs do a good job on the inbounds play, but they managed to pick up the loose ball, and Mariah Rogers lays it in for 2. That's 7 for Mariah. And it's 37-16. Reagan will try a 3-pointer. It's no good. And it'll go out of bounds over to Riverside. Checking in will be Sydney Frazier for the Lady Braves, replacing Camilla Russell. I bet they sold a lot of concessions tonight, Blake. I would imagine they've got a full house. Shot off the backboard and good by Camilla Russell, or Tegan Marshall, I'm sorry, for her first basket. When you have a homecoming at 5:30, it draws a big crowd, and then it's about supper time, so between games they sell a lot of concessions. Russell put back no good. Silverhorn trying to get the rebound. It's loose on the floor. It's going to be a tie up again. This time Fort Cobb will get it. I wouldn't mind taking a trip to the concession stand myself, to tell you the truth. They make some good hot dogs down there, Frito chili pie, a little bit of everything. But I'm going to go to overtime tonight. Church of Christ is hosting an overtime. They're going to have Frito pies down there tonight, so there's a turnover on Rep. And checking in will be Ayana Anderson back in.
Tell you what, Don, a few of the places we visited thus far, Indiahoma and Binger, one of the common themes I've seen is ice cream.
Oh, yeah? Does Fort Cobb have ice cream?
I think we used to. Now, I think our machine went out and we haven't had it in a while.
No. Well, I haven't seen anybody carrying ice cream cones around. Rep three-pointer, no good.
I sure wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, maybe you put a bug in somebody's ear and they could get the machine fixed or get another one. Savage working along the baseline, shot at the side of the backboard, picked up by Riverside. You know, you could just go to Brahms and buy you a couple of gallons and dip it out scoop at a time.
Yeah.
That's better than soft serve anyway. What's your favorite kind of ice cream, Blake? Got a favorite?
Pretty much all of them.
All of them, there you go.
I haven't met ice cream that doesn't like me, so.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. About whatever kind I'm eating, that's about my favorite. Zoe Brown thought better about it. Anderson came over to stop her. Good ball movement by the Lady Mustang. Now Brown will try the three-pointer off the heel of the basket. And the Lady Braves control the rebound up ahead quickly. And there's a travel. Good hustle by Kalia Silverhorn as she got back to play enough defense to cause her to travel. And Ginger will check back in, replacing Savage with 4:25 to play in the third period. You just about have to play her. You know, it's not helping you any setting on the bench, and if she fouls out, she fouls out. There's a steal. Once again, a pass was intercepted. Parker with it. Bear has to be careful now. Three-pointer on the way. Good by Sydney Frazier. That's her second tray of the night. Mustangs have yet to score here halfway through the third period. They trail at 42-16. As the Lady Braves have gone on a 9-0 run here to start the third period. Rep bump, little 12-footer too hard. Backside rebound by Janessa Cook. Riley Rep intercepts the pass. Up ahead to Reagan. Into the lane. And guess what? Anderson swats it back at her. Goes over to Rep in the corner, and she's going to be fouled. I tell you, she's a good shot blocker, Blake. She really is. I'm guessing she's close to 6 foot tall.
Probably just about that.
And she has a knack for just watching you whenever you release it. She swats it. She doesn't foul when she does it either. Outstanding ball player. She's a senior. Any team would love to have her. Double dribble. We've had 2 or 3 of those today. That pressure really gets to you, wears you down. And there's a pass by Anderson out of bounds. And checking in for the Braves, Lady Braves, will be number 15. That's another number I don't have. What a surprise. I wonder if they gave me last year's roster. I don't know.
They could have.
.255 to play the third. Silverhorn bounce pass to Bear. Lost control of the ball, but it goes to Silverhorn. Once again, Bear has it. Shot too hard off the backboard. Rep with a putback. No good. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. I tell you, old Bear's got a quick release. Was able to get that one to the backboard before it was blocked. And pretty good move, really. Just didn't get the shot in. That's the third foul on Cook. And Riley makes a free throw. High ever for what, 4 out of 5. Makes them both. Camilla Russell checking back in, replacing Cook.
Don, I believe 15 is going to be on your roster, number 10, Shaden Rivera.
All right, thank you. .229 to play. They lob it over Rep. Knocked loose, picked up by the Lady Braves. Now here comes Reagan Rep with it. And left-handed shot's no good. Silverhorn over the rebound, and she's surrounded and goes out of bounds off of Riverside. I tell you, they crash the boards, the Lady Braves do. If you get the rebound, there's going to be 4 around you most of the time. There's Rep, got free, and she's hacked on the arm as she went up for 2. And I believe that'll be, is that 3 on Anderson? And Riley Rep will be at the line. I've got her for 8 points so far. And first one short. Russell's going to check out. He's going to be replaced by Molly Jim. Also checking in is number 32. And the free throw good by Rip. 42-19. Lob pass too high. Barrett catches it. Trying to get it to Bear. They do. She's a little too tall and led her to the baseline. Kind of a tough pass there for her to catch it. She hustled for it, just couldn't get corralled. I tell you, Ginger impresses me. She works hard. I mean, it's pretty tough playing post against Riverside, but she's hung in there. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Battle for the rebound, controlled by Riverside. And Bear intercepts the pass. I think it was deflected by Silverhorn, and Bear was able to get it. Silverhorn drives along the baseline, a little 12-footer, pull up, no good. Silverhorn gets it back over to Brown. Left wing 3, too hard. They've had some open looks, Blake, but the three-pointers aren't falling for them tonight. They've made one, I think. Yeah, the shot's good. (44-19). Less than a minute to play here in the third. Mustangs played pretty good in the second period. They only outscored us 2 points, but the third period's not been kind, as we've only been able to muster 3 points here. And there's 2 more by Ginger Bear. She got loose. Nice play by Ginger, and it's 44-21. She really has a nice shooting touch. She's able to put the ball in there softly most of the time. Rep rebounds the miss into the front court now. Zoe quickly. Shot high, no good. Battle for the rebound. It goes out of bounds off Riverside with 4.11 seconds. Three seconds, back to Bear. She's going to be fouled. That's a good play right there. He inbounded to Rep. Ginger steps in, catches the pass. That's a good play. And Bear will be shooting 2. Normally a pretty good foul shooter. She's 0 for 2 tonight, but she makes that one. That's 5 for Ginger. And it's 44-22. She'll have one more. Too hard off the back iron, and it's going to go out of bounds with 0.6 seconds to play. It'll stay with Fort Cobb. Just need to get it inbounded safely here, and that'll do it. Lob it into Bear. She catches, shot no good, and that'll do it. After 3 periods, Riverside 44, Fort Cobb Broxton 22. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on FCBMustangs.tv.
Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing.
We got one more period to go. Lady Mustangs trailing 44-22. I'd like to thank our sponsors: Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, Carnegie Fiber, Ouachita Valley Bank, T-Birds Convenience Store, and Shelley Dissy with ABC Superior Realty. Thanks to all those fine folks for sponsoring our broadcast this year. Hope you're enjoying the games. We've got one more quarter to play, and then the Mustangs will take on the Braves in the nightcap. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Silverhorn high for the rebound. Bounce pass to Bear, head of the pack, shot good. Boy, that's a beautiful play right there, as Bear was hustling down the floor, and Silverhorn with a nice bounce pass, and she caught it and laid it in. That's a beautiful play.
I don't care how good you are, that is one tough shot to make.
Yep. And Bear got over and defended her without fouling, and the ball went out of bounds. Turned over to Fort Cobb. One thing that's encouraging to me about these girls is they don't give up. You know, it doesn't matter what the score is. You know, they're playing hard. They try to get it into Bear, and it's tipped out of bounds. Oh, they say off Bear. I'm not sure that was correct. I guess it was. He got a better view than I do. I'm a long ways away, but I was hoping they would give it to Fort Cobb. It gives us time to some more practice here, working on some fundamentals, working on some plays that might work against somebody else. And the Lady Mustangs, that's what I like about them. They don't let up. They're playing just as hard now as they did when they started the game. Bear takes it away. Up ahead to Silverhorn, racing it up the floor, all the way off the glass, no good. And Reagan Ripp is going to tie her up on the rebound, and it'll stay with Fort Cobb. And checking back in will be number 34. There's Bear, got free, layup good. Right over the front of the rim, Ginger Bear. Got 9 points. And there's the ball out of bounds off of Fort Cobb, they say. And the Lady Braves set to inbound it. Riley Rupp with a nice shot block. And they say it went off Fort Cobb. And Anderson's going to check back in. Replacing Russell. There's a three-pointer on the way by Rogers. Skips across the rim. And Parker saves it. Good hustle. And we're going to have a travel. And the Lady Braves with 6:08 to play in the ball game.
Tell you what, that was some impressive hustle.
Yeah.
Going, tipping that one back in.
Yeah. Yeah, both these teams, there's no let up in any of them. They all play hard. Riley Rep, right wing three, no good. And she can't control the rebound along the baseline. It's out of bounds. I thought maybe that 1 3-pointer Riley hit would kind of give her a little boost, and she could make some of those, but that came up just a little short. She just kind of bulldozed her way in there. Reagan Rip all the way down, and she's going to be fouled by Parker, I believe. Oh no, that's 13. That's Mariah Rogers. That's the 5th team foul on the Lady Braves. Anderson picks up the loose ball up ahead to Parker, ahead of the pack, layup good. Carly Parker. There's a near backcourt. Silverhorn over to Bear, and she's body checked there by one of the Lady Braves. And that's the 16 foul. So, what do they say? Say she had blood on her, or take it, make her come out. Must have some blood on her knee or something when she hit the floor. So the Cobb, if the officials would, they're going to let us have it along the baseline. See what we can come up with here. They lob it into Rep, and that was taken away by Anderson up ahead to Parker. And it looked to me like she traveled with it, and then she was out of bounds, came back in. Five minutes to go in the contest.
I don't see how you can get a moving screen whenever they don't touch them.
Yeah, there was no doubt she was moving, but they never made contact. It didn't appear to me. Thought the same thing. She whiffed on that screen and they still caught it.
Don't see that one very often.
No. No, I think he thought it was going to happen, but it didn't. Turnaround shot off the glass and good by Anderson.
Now she might have had a moving screen on a ghost over there.
Yeah. Well, she had the right idea, I'll put it that way. They just don't allow moving screens in basketball. Oh, tough pass. Bounce pass into Savage, and Anderson was all over that. 4 substitutions for Riverside. Bear's going to check back in. That'll help. You know, it's 2 games in a row, Blake, we've done. We're over at Binger the other night. About every time the horn honked, 1 or 2 subs would come in. Bear underneath don't go. And Riverside the same way. Every time the horn sounds, 2 or 3 players come in. It just, it really wears on you. They have those fresh legs. And there's Reagan Rep intercepts the pass all the way down. Layup's no good, but there's going to be a foul. Charge to number 21, Tajin Marshall. And Reagan Rep will be shooting 2. Halfway through the 4th period. And Reagan makes the first. That's 3 for Reagan tonight. Mustangs are a young team. They only have 1 senior on the team. She makes them both. That would be Riley Rep. Got a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Only have 1 junior and 1 senior. The rest are freshmen and sophomores. But I really think, even though this game's kind of gotten away from them, it's going to help them in the future. And that'll be the 5th foul on Ginger Bear. Played a good game. Ball kind of lobbed in there, and she went through the back to try to knock it away. She's going to be replaced by Savage. And good job, Ginger. Played a good game. .335 to play in the contest. Coach Brown, Rogers having a little discussion with Ginger Bear. I know she's awfully proud of her. That's an effort she gives night in, night out. Can't ask for more than that. Somebody gives you 110% every night. There's a 3-pointer, and good by number 14, Evan Dixon, with a long 3-pointer. And it's 51-28. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Rogers. to avoid the turnover. Let's see what it's going to be. It will be a full timeout. We'll be back after the 60-second break.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1.
51-28 our score. It'll be Fort Cobb's ball with 3:07 to play. Homecoming night here in Fort Cobb. As I mentioned earlier, the queen was Avery Bellamy, and the king is Drew Woods for the Mustangs. They were crowned this before the girls' game tonight. Always a big event. Reagan Rett penetrates in the paint. Shot good by Reagan. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Riley Rip with the rebound. And Zoe will push it into the front court. Reagan, left, right wing, three, good. Reagan Rip. That's 9 for Reagan. And it's 51-33 with 2:15 to play in the contest. Goes through their hands into Riley Rip. Now Silverhorn loses it, and it was kicked into the backcourt. Didn't know you could kick it, Blake, but anyway, that's what they did. 2 minutes to go. And Coach James Kelly calling out some plays. There's going to be a foul on the Lady Mustangs as he's got some substitutions in there trying to work on some things for them. Fouls on Madison Savage. And at the line is Molly Jim shooting 2. And Lady Mustangs will bring in their substitutions. We'll get those for you. It's number 25, Jalea Watts. Number 33 is Faith Harrison. Number 5 is Tegan Devon. And number 22 is Demery Weaver. All freshmen. So we have 5 freshmen on the floor for the Lady Mustangs with 1:47 to play in the contest. Try to get it down low to Watts, and it's going to be taken away. The other interesting thing about girls basketball to me, Blake, is whenever there's a tie-up, oftentimes neither one of them wants to turn loose of the ball.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on for dear life. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by Devon. And Rip will bring it into the front court quickly. Devon, three-pointer good. Keegan Devon. That's a spark for you right there. Freshman coming off the bench. Somebody can hit a three-pointer. A minute to play, and they're going to stop and let a substitution come in. 52-35. Lady Braves are going to open up their season with a victory here at Fort Cobb. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Heaven Dixon. Ball loose in the paint, picked up by Riverside. Shot no good. .22 seconds to play, right down the Broadway. Shot no good. And ref is going to be tied up on the rebound. It'll go over to Fort Cobb with 17 seconds to play. And there's going to be a whistle and a foul. Charge to the Lady Braves with 9 seconds to play. Mustangs have scored 19 points this half. And going to try to make it 20 right here. She does. They've scored 20 points, Blake. How many has Riverside scored?
I'll be able to tell you in here just
I can tell you they have scored 19.
19.
They were 33 at the half. They got 52.
There you go.
Pretty close, second half, you know.
Yeah.
52-37 is the final score. Congratulations to the Riverside Lady Braves, as they have defeated Fort Cobb on homecoming night 52-37. But a valiant effort, I think, by the Lady Mustangs. They were outscored 15 points in that first period, but from then on it was a pretty even contest, really, you know.
It was.
So they end up winning by 15 points. That was their first quarter margin, and so the 3 quarters they played even.
Yeah.
That's something that Coach Rogers can take with them this week in practice, and for the next 2 weeks they won't play again until the 30th of November. But anyway, good effort tonight by the Lady Mustangs, and we'll turn it over to Blake for the post-game report.
All right, Don, you're going to have to give me just a second. The iPad is struggling again.
Oh,
you
really?
know, we're going to have to get some life support for this thing, but I'll attempt to get it off of you here.
All right. Maybe I can read it better if you want me to. Go
Zoe
ahead.
Brown with 4, Clea Silverhorn 2, Tegan Vaughn with 3. They're late. Ginger Bear, believe that's going to be 9.
That'd
Does that
be
look right?
That's right.
And then 9 for Riley Rep.
9 for Reagan.
And 9 for Reagan, that's correct.
Yep.
And if this thing would load, I could get your shooting percentages, but it appears it's not gonna want to do that today.
Well, maybe it'll get loaded up for the boys' game. That's all right. Yeah, I know in this gymnasium with the metal building and the steel beams, it's pretty hard to get reception in here for sure. On my telephone it is. Thanks for joining us, folks. Appreciate your patience with some of our technical difficulties, but glad you've been along with us. But the final score tonight, Riverside 52, Lady Mustangs 37. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the boys contest, Fort Cobb Broxton taking on the Riverside Braves. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on FCBMustangs.tv.
Pop Wednesdays. See you soon.